I am back with a drink video. Now, we're doing DreamWorks animation movies, and I've seen your guys' comments. I see us saying how I was your childhood, which is quite the honor, but I think it's about time that I relive a little bit of my childhood with DreamWorks. Okay, we're gonna be going throughout the years, leading all the way up to the iconic Big Green Ogre, which I'm a little bit nervous about because I do not want to disappoint the Shrek fans, so I gotta make a good Shrek drink. Now this is gonna be hard because I can really only pick a few DreamWorks movies, and at first I'm thinking, well, I could do an ants drink, but what would that be? Just water? Well, maybe a chicken run drink. Chicken pot pies though, a shark tail drink. But I'm really not the biggest fan of seafood. Oh, a Wallace and Gromit drink. But the clay, that might make the drink taste a little funny. Oh, but what about a flushed away drink? Actually on second thought, no. A turbo drink, that could get a little bit too slimy. A Trolls drink, oh please no. Boss Baby drink, we going downhill fast, and Captain Underpants drink, oh, I don't even want to think about that last one. But finally I thought, well, what about DreamWorks' second most successful series of all time? Especially right now with the release of the live action remake, the series that is deeply loved and a main pillar of the studio, and that is, of course, How to Train Your Dragon. First one released March 26, 2010, with a 91% audience score and a 99% critic score. Now, I remember back in the day watching the preview for this movie when it came out and thinking, oh, is this just another Aragon movie? So I did not have high hopes for it. But when I finally saw it, I realized that, yeah, I'd greatly underestimated this movie. I don't know, guys, is it like the animation, the world building, the storyline? It's a combination of all three, but I mean, regardless, if anything, this movie makes you want to have a pet dragon. And ever since then, we've gotten 3 main movies, 3 short films, 3 TV series, 2 holiday specials, 8 video games, 75 action figures, and a live action remake. They really juice in this series, and speaking of juicing, it's time for the drink. I've got this Viking mug. Definitely, it looks like a mug that could be used at a Viking feast, you know, to like celebrate a victory. It's heavy, it's well made, and kaboom! Oh yeah, there we go. You know, hey, people could be drinking out of this at that theme park, the Dragon of Isle of Berk theme park. I mean, hey, now the big question is, what would Hiccup and Toothless drink? So I thought it fitting to use a dragon fruit. I know I've used a dragon fruit in a drink before, I can't remember which one, but it adds a unique flavor, and I'm sure Toothless would appreciate this, so let's scoop this out. We really just need half of it, get rid of the outside, and we'll place it over here. Now for the main ingredient, we're using Nelson's Tea Root Beer, which is this assortment of herbs, tea, bark, and roots, and you can find this stuff out in nature, and if you put it into boiling water, it will give the water a root beer taste. Well, at least that's what it's claiming. Okay, I'm a bit skeptical, so I'll be the judge of that. But I can definitely see Hiccup collecting these ingredients out in the woods and making a root beer tea out of it. Oh, no way, it actually smells like root beer. Oh, now for Toothless, I know his favorite food is fish, so we go in with some Swedish fish, and it's a good thing that these fish are Swedish because, you know, the Vikings are from Scandinavia, so we got some nice Swedish salmon jumping to their deaths into a pot of boiling tea. And oh yeah, we can't forget about the dragon fruit, we gotta add that in. And oh, we still need to sweeten this drink up, so we go in with some dark brown sugar. And I'm guessing here, but let's go with 3 spoonfuls. Now, can an all-natural dragon root beer compete with something like an A&W root beer? Well, that's the test right there. Now, we just gotta separate the pure liquid from the rest using the strainer, and oh, this is looking smooth. Okay, into the mug it goes. Is this drink worthy of a Viking king? Would Stoic approve of this drink? We have done well in battle, and now it is time to drink. I am very pleasantly surprised. It legit tastes like beer. Or, I mean root beer. Okay, now, it's not as like sugary as normal traditional root beer and doesn't have like that foam on top, but it is way more like rich, way more flavorful. I mean, this tastes more like root beer than actual root beer. I don't even know how that's possible. I guess it's like eating artificial syrup your whole life and then you finally try the real tree syrup. I guess that's what I'm experiencing right now. I wish you guys could try this. Well, I'm gonna give it 9 dragons out of 10. So I start thinking again, what incredible DreamWorks movie will I do next? Is this a Joseph King of Dreams drink? The bread and wine of many colors? Is this a Road to El Dorado drink? a golden cup of the finest squeezed fruits of the lost city? Is it a spirit drink? Majestic horses drinking only the purest glacier water? Or is it possibly a Rise of the Guardians drink? A magical seasonal icy? Oh no. As you can see, we're doing the B movie. So you're probably thinking, Lane, well, why are we doing the B movie? There's so many better movies out there now. Whoa, wait a second now. The B movie is a classic. First released on November 2nd, 2007 with a Rotten Tomatoes score of, well, let's just say it got several positive reviews. Now, some say the issue with this movie is the love story between the bee and the human. Others say the storyline just completely falls apart halfway through. But others say it was just too far ahead of its time. You see, all these other animated movies at the time were playing checkers. But the bee movie? It was playing chess. It may not have impacted the movie industry, but it blew up the meme industry, unleashing memes like never before, with thousands of YouTube videos popping up playing the B movie on 100x speed. Now, as you can see, we're actually not doing a B movie drink because that would just be honey. So I'm doing a B movie food, and I got this hexagon-shaped container, which is perfect, okay? I'm experimenting with a new food creation called Honey Nut Cheerio Balls. Now, this could be a disaster, or it could be the best thing since sliced bread. Barry B. Benson, show me what you got. To make these cluster balls of Cheerios and honey goodness, we need to start with some mini marshmallows. Now, originally I was using Lucky Charm marshmallows and it was a disaster. Okay, it turned all green. It was looking like a Shrek swamp ball. It was not bee worthy. But we're using peanut butter here. I eat so much peanut butter, I pretty much go through a jar like this like every 3 weeks. Oh yeah, 100% raw honeycomb. We gotta use the real stuff. You can tell because the actual honeycomb is floating in there. We're definitely not using the fake honey. Now, once we stir this all up, we can add the Honey Nut Cheerios. And I gotta say, the Bee Movie, they should have collabed with BuzzBee for the movie promotion back in the day. I still wonder why they didn't do that. Oh yeah, made with real honey, really important. Now, I've done some weird food and drink combinations in the past, right? And they've had some questionable results, but for this one, I'm feeling good about this. I mean, it's all foods I like, and I've got to say, Honey Nut Cheerios, it's probably my favorite cereal. Now, at this point in the mixing process, you gotta be careful, because the first time I did this, I nearly burned my hands off, because this stuff is hot. But once you've waited like 20 minutes or so for it to cool off, you can start pressing it into a ball. And you know, what if I just left it as one giant ball like this? Like, how on earth would I even eat this? Oh, this is crazy. Well, anyways, I break it down into 4 large balls, and then I went on to make a whole bunch more balls. Now, these were like much smaller, they're closer to bite size, so probably more manageable to eat. And to my surprise, all of these balls fit perfectly into the bee container. I gotta say, the packaging, the presentation, I'm proud of it. It looks good. Now the question is, how many of these can I eat? They're really not that bite-sized. I will say that it is a bit hard to eat, but regardless, okay, this right here, I think this is a new discovery in the food world. It's warm, it's crunchy, it's sweet, it's sticky, and I mean, this is like way above like a Rice Krispie treat, okay? This is a whole nother level above it. In fact, I don't know why other cereal companies don't do like marshmallow versions. Now, if you end up seeing this in the stores, just remember that it happened here first. 7 queen bees out of 10. Next, you're probably thinking, well, is it time for the princess, the Prince Charming, the Puss in Boots, the gingerbread man, the fairy godmother? Oh, hold your donkeys. We've got something luring in the background. Something that wants to make a grand and glorious entrance. A DreamWorks movie that only had 1 film, but over time became a cult classic. Is this possibly an over-the-hedge food? A refrigerator full of delicious treats? Or a Sinbad drink? A barrel of rum and plunder? Oh, a Crode's drink. The blood of an extinct prehistoric animal? Or a Monsters vs. Aliens drink? A tall glass of green slime and eyeballs? Oh, no. We're doing a Megamind drink. Megamind? What even is that, you may ask? Well, first released November 5th, 2010, with a 73% audience and critic score on Rotten Tomatoes, a superhero film that turned everything upside down. You see, it flipped the script, where instead of a hero, it was the villain as the main character. A story of the villain that turned into the hero. I mean, definitely inspired by the success of Shrek, but hey, back in the day for Megamind, this actually worked. Now for this, we're gonna do a Megamind Slurpee. And here I'm cutting half of Megamind's head off, which should be able to get us a little creative here, you know, with the overall look of this cup. And that's if we fill this with blue Slurpee. Well, you know what, the machine, it's proving to be a little bit of a challenge, so I don't know if we'll be able to do this. Now, originally I tried using this Slurpee machine where you're supposed to add in ice and salt and sugary drinks through the top here, and it did not work. It would not turn the drinks into a Slurpee whatsoever. It ultimately failed. Instead, I got a shaved ice machine, and hopefully I can fill the cup up with ice and add some custom drinks to it. And I gotta say, this machine is incredibly fast. In fact, it's kind of fun just to work the machine. You see, I grew up with one of those hand cranking machines, so for me, this is like magic. And I can fill the entire Slurpee cup up in like less than a minute. Now, why am I doing an icy for Megamind? Well, you see, his brain is so big and his thoughts get so overwhelming sometimes that he just needs a good brain freeze to reset his brain and think clearly again. Plus, we need some good drinks that will give his gray matter some energy, such as Blue Powerade. I mean, for Megamind, I feel like his head makes up like 40% of his total body size. We also need some Blueberry Liquid Death, because what is a villain without a little bit of death? Especially death to Metro Man. Some Blue Moss Plus. This is Messi's drink, a drink recommendation from Minion. You gotta have the skills if you want to be at the top of your game. Oh, also some Gatorade Energy Chews. This is the cool blue edition. These are Gatorade gummies. They even have a little lightning bolt on them. I've never tried these before, so hopefully this mixture will give Megamind the brain power to not only take on Metro Man, but to also fight Titan, Megamind's ultimate creation. And it will bring back the good old days, you know, the glorious battles of good and evil that Megamind so craves. And you know what? Maybe he'll be able to win over his true love, Roxanne Ritchie, before it's too late. And oh my goodness, guys, I love the color of this drink. This kind of looks like a Baja Blast or like a Slurp Juice from Fortnite. This stuff is glowing. Did this come out of Megamind's evil lair or what? Oh, it feels so ice cold and evil. Hopefully this doesn't bring the dark side out of me. I'm starting to feel the villain come out of me, but I gotta hold it back. I gotta get this review in. So it's not quite as like sugary as most like Slurpees or slushies, but the whole point of this drink is to be brain boosting. So I will say that the Gatorade gummies do add like a very unique like flavor to this. And it's more like a blueberry energy drink, but it doesn't have like all the sugar or caffeine in it. It's actually a pretty good balance. Now, what is this gonna do to my brain in a few seconds from now? Oh, you probably don't wanna know, but I'm gonna give this 6.5 big brains out of 10. Before we get to Shrek himself, there is one more movie series that cannot be overlooked. It is too big, too powerful. It is a main pillar to the overall success of DreamWorks animation, a series that rivals the success of How to Train Your Dragon. Now, some of you might be thinking, oh, this must be a Madagascar drink. And even though that series was very popular, even Madagascar cannot move it enough to compete with this one. Oh, Lane must be talking about a Bad Guys drink. Well, even though the Bad Guys is a major hit, even the bad guys aren't bad enough to compete with this one. I'm talking about a character that is black, white, and Asian. Ladies and gentlemen, we doing Kung Fu Panda drink. First one released June 6, 2008, with 87% critic, 83% audience, and 100% Kung Fu. This was the karate chop that led to 4 main movies, 5 short films, 3 TV series, 1 holiday special, 5 video games, 70 action figures, and Kung Fu Panda 5 on its way. They really milking this series, just like the milk we about to put into this drink. Or wait a second, is milk one of the ingredients? I forget. Anyways, I absolutely love how this drawing turned out. And I thought this drink could collab with Arizona iced tea. I mean, the Chinese version, of course. May I present to you something truly special? Fu Panda tea. I think the background is perfect for this drink. I have a placeholder for the nutrition label, and hey, maybe they could use this for Fu Panda 5, for promotion. So for this ancient Chinese drink, we will be starting with some 5 Treasures tea. This is a tea that has 5 secret ingredients in each bag: red dates, goji berries, mulberries, maca powder, and ginseng. These ingredients can represent the Furious 5. Tigress, viper, crane, monkey, and mantis. And these are all ingredients that can be collected in the wilderness of the Chinese landscape. That is, if you have the knowledge on where to find them. And if you put these into water, they quickly turn the water dark, because this is the dark side of the drink. And oh, that already smells really good. Now, as for Po's part of the drink, we will be starting with some peaches, because Po is seen eating peaches from time to time. This will be called the light side of the drink, because we're gonna have some yin and yang going on here. Some light and dark mixed together, and hopefully this will make the perfect combo. Of course, we need a good amount of Arizona iced tea mixed in, which is my favorite drink, and some bubble milk tea. So I guess we are adding milk to this drink. This stuff is quite sweet and very popular in China. And with those 3 ingredients mixed together, we will create Po's side of the drink. Now, Po, he needs his noodles, he gotta have his carbs, but he also gotta have the secret tea, to stay alert and hydrated. So first, we are going to try the dark side and the light side individually, and we're gonna start with the dark. Oh, yeah. Don't mistake the cough for bad tea. It's just I wasn't prepared. This has a little bit of a bitter taste, bit of a spice taste to it. Oh, man, you feel this inside of you. It's warming my soul. I mean, this will bring the Kung Fu right out of you, even if you don't know Kung Fu. Now for the light side. Okay, it's sweet, it's creamy, and I can even taste the peach in this. This is, it's pretty calming actually. I think it calms my mind right down and makes me focus on the task ahead and who I need to take out. And now, what will happen if we mix the 2 together, the light and the dark, the yin and the yang? Will they clash or will they match? This is what happens when the Furious 5 join forces with Po. Mixed together, oh, this stuff is way better. The dark side is complemented by the sweetness, and the light side is complemented by a fuller, richer taste. 9 Jack Blacks out of 10. Over the years, DreamWorks Animations has had great success, but also some pretty big flops. It's one of these studios that either has a hit or a miss. And some say that the best years of DreamWorks is well in the past, and over the last decade, they've really struggled to find a new strong pillar. Therefore, they've been relying on a lot of sequels, and also there's just a lot more competition out there from newer studios like Illumination. They've got Despicable Me, Sing, Mario. There's Sony Animations with Hotel Transylvania, Into the Spideyverse, K-pop Demon Hunters. But other people are saying that DreamWorks is still really strong, and they're still coming out with big hits like The Bad Guys. It's just a lot more sparse. But you see, sometimes you just gotta experiment. You gotta throw something at the wall and see if it sticks, and you see, that's exactly what DreamWorks did back in the day, with a movie that wanted to compete with Disney, even though it was the underdog by a long shot. Released May 18th, 2001, with a 90% audience score, this fantasy comedy led to 4 main movies, 2 spin-off movies, 1 TV show, 2 holiday specials, 35 video games, 75 food products, 1,329 toys, and 1 Broadway musical, with Shrek 5 on its way. They are really squeezing the juice out of this series, and all they need now is a live-action remake. Now, I am lucky enough to have found some happily ever after potion to really help bring this drawing to life. And for this drawing, I wanted to do half Shrek and half human Shrek, and it turned out fantastic. Shrek becoming human Shrek is one of my favorite scenes. Now, I'll probably be using a different Shrek cup for the drink, but this drawing is still pretty cool. Actually, the Shrek cup that I'm about to show you is what inspired me to make this entire video. And here it is. The ogre, the myth, the legend. So I thought, what on earth would Shrek drink? Well, most of these ingredients should be green to make some type of a green juice, and these ingredients you should be able to find in a swamp, And I gotta say, this juicer machine is very efficient at draining the pure 100% natural juice out of these foods. I just throw a zucchini in and it like instantly seems to disintegrate. If anything, this is just fun to use. I can take a full lime peel and everything, throw it in, and within 2 seconds, it's sucked every drop of liquid out of it. I'm sure Shrek could find all of these ingredients in the swamp, and actually, this is a pretty healthy drink. I mean, I would not usually eat these foods. Now, there is a food I'm a little worried about. That's the onion here. Well, like ogres, onions have layers, so hopefully it doesn't ruin the overall taste. Also, I thought I'd, just throw in some ginger because they look like little tree roots, which can give some additional flavor. Man, this is really looking like something out of the swamp. Now, I know that green juice doesn't look the most appetizing, but I am surprised at how good it smells. It's like the same shade of green that Shrek is. And of course, I gotta add my secret ingredient here, a little bit of spider web. Hey, I know Shrek can be grumpy sometimes, but even an ogre like him, they like a little sweetness in their drink, And I don't know how it's gonna taste. Oh man, I am not used to the swamp. Well, if this turns me into an ogre, then I don't know if I'll ever forgive myself. I mean, no offense, Shrek, but I guess I just gotta try it. Oh, this got a crazy kick to it. It will wake you right up. You do not need an energy drink. You just need Shrek. And the weird thing about this is I didn't really like any of those foods, but mixed all up in a drink form, it's very fulfilling. It's a little bit sweet, a little bit tart, a little bit green. 8 donkeys out of 10. So let me know in the comments which of these drink or food related items you would want to try. Oh, if you're wondering about this one, I'm gonna leave that up to your imagination as to what this tastes like. Let me know what other drink or food related videos you want to see next. You guys are the best.